This is one of the most bizarre. To be honest with you, this is one of the most bizarre cases I've ever seen, because it's like, you guys, you know what? Let me you talk to me. You know what?
Yes.
Let's go over this again. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Well, I was just letting you know, sir, that we're like not together, but he acts like we're together, kind of. Like, he likes to spend time together. Like, he'll ask me to sit with him while he plays video games, or if we're watching movies, he'll put his leg on me on the sofa, or like, he's asked me not to move out because we live together, but and we're currently sharing a bed, but we're not together. Like, he says we're not together, and he'll go out and he'll sleep with other women, but I'm like his little woman at home kind of thing.
See, this is kind of crazy, but then again, I gotta ask you a question. What is this is weird as fuck. So what? Listen, I remember there was a time when you said you were massaging his back. He was talking about back pains or something like that. Listen.
Oh yeah. He'll ask me. He still asks me for that to this day.
Like what's going on? What's going on?
His lower back hurts because he goes to the gym, and he'll be like, "Oh, my lower back hurts." So he'll be like, "Oh, can you give me a massage?" Like, because I used to do massage work back out of high school, and so he knows that I do massage. Like, I used to know how to do that, and so he'll be like, "Oh, can you give me a massage, or can you walk on my back to crack it?" He'll like randomly hug me, or like randomly will hold my hand. Like, his sister tells him all the time, she's like, "You leave her on. Like, you are so weird. Like, you're constantly like on top of her, but you also will tell her like, oh, we're not together."
See, this is the fucking crazy thing about the situation. Is that this guy, he's treating you like his wife, but yet you say we're not in a relationship. See, what's happening here is this. This is what I'm thinking is going on.
Okay.
Is that that's not really him. That's the spirit that's consuming his mind. That's in his mind. It's basically the spirit is controlling his body and making him do those things. See, part of him is like, yeah, he's out there, but then again, part of him is like wholeheartedly. There was a target that was in the picture, if I'm correct.
Yes.
And if I'm correct, she's gone.
Yes, she's gone. Like, so that was the whole premise. Like, he was dating her, and he was saying to me, like, he was serious about her, and he had been with her on the side, like, being unfaithful to me for a long time, and I didn't know, and then it all came out, and that's when I wanted you to do the work on them, and he told me straight up, like, I didn't ask anything, nothing. A couple months after you did the work, I want to say in like April, and I think you did the work in like February, he said that he ended things with her because she wanted things like commitment, and he didn't want that. So he told me, he was like, "Oh, I ended things with her."
Wow. And the crazy thing was, the fucking chick was, it's like the chick was drop dead gorgeous, and it's like, like I said, that female, it's like I look at it like this. He loves you. I mean, at least that's what the spirit is putting in his mind, where, listen, that chick I don't know if she got her body done, work done, whatsoever, you look like a regular woman. This one looked like a female that got her body done, wears all this type of makeup, flashy chick, very, what they call something, I guess a female that many would say, oh my God, she's hot, but he's here with you, and you're okay. You're let me say this, you're a woman, you're not flashy, this and that, you're just a regular woman, and he's here with you on some, I kicked her to the side for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like,
huh? Yeah.
But he didn't say it was for me. He was just like, "Oh, I ended things."
I know that, but here it goes. Listen. That's what it appears to be. But listen, you were sleeping in another room. Now all of a sudden his sister moves in. Now you guys are sharing the same fucking bedroom together. Do you sleep in the same bed?
Yes, we do.
What the fuck? You guys sleep in see, all these scenarios are transpiring to bring you guys together. But now my curiosity is, What? I mean, what? Here goes.
Yeah.
Where? Because I know when the person does this, some part, like when they go out there and mess around with other females, some part of their life begins to be affected by this. And I'm trying to figure out what part of his life has been affected by this, you know?
Right. And so that's why I thought it was like the financial piece and like the apartment having like the damage, and like they're taking forever to fix it. Like it's been over a month and they still haven't fixed it, like the water damage from the apartment. And then he was like saying he didn't have like the money to pay his credit card, and so I was chipping in. And like still yesterday, for example, he went out with his friends yesterday, and he was like, that as soon as he can, he's gonna save money and go with his friends to California so he can go to raves and stuff. But he's like very tight on money. Like he's very tight on money. Whereas like I got a promotion at work and I'm doing better. And so he's always like, like he'll make jokes to his friends and he'll be like, I keep her around because she's the sugar mama and shit like that. Like,
See, now the average human being would say, looking at the situation and say, that's what the situation is. She's a sugar mama. But then again, I don't think any man would have a sugar mama living with him. You know what I'm saying? A sugar mama is just someone that I'd hit off, and I would not be living in the same household with her. I'd be out whatsoever. But then again, there's weird situations. But for me, knowing the reality of the situation, how things have played out, you know, I think it's not a sugar mama situation. It's just that, hey man, this is the cards you're dealt when you're working with this spirit, and for you, that's how it manifested. Now you're in a fucking place with him, and if I'm correct, you actually told him that you wanted to leave. And what was his response?
Yes, I told him I wanted to leave several times, and he's like, no, like we're good, like you know, you can leave if you want, but we're good, like we're doing good. You're not gonna find like cheaper rent anywhere else. Like he'll kind of like talk me out of the idea. And so I'm like, and his sister was there for one of the times. She's like, okay, like why you do that to her? Like you kind of lead her on. Like his sister like calls him out on it. And he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like she's my buddy. Like he just kind of like downplays it.
Listen,
whatever.
See, now the game plan has to change. See, we see financially he's fucked up. Because I remember when we first did the work, everything was great. Economically, everything was great.
Yeah,
then we just
like he was like, I don't need you kind of thing.
Before. Right.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point where he's desperate and he needs you. And not only that, the fact that he's become desperate, there's also a sense of attraction there. But this is the crazy fucking thing, is that he hasn't committed to being sexual with you. And that is the part I say is the resistance. See, the resistance, because he's not making the move. He's there, you know, the
not
affection.
at all.
You know, so for me, I feel like, I think there needs to be a pressure applied. And this pressure is by you saying, I have to go. You know, I have to basically, now, it's not a sense of, you're really, you know, the thing is, the pressure is, I feel as though, you know, this right here is going to ruin my future relationships. Because nobody on the outside who hears that I'm sleeping in the same bed with my ex is going to look at that situation as being normal. You know, most people are going to be like, what the fuck is going on here? This is complete bullshit. You're probably fucking your ex. And this is a thought that many people will have. So I think, with this guy, I genuinely feel that he loves you. If not, I think it's the spirit that put that energy over him that makes him treat you the way he's treating you. But I feel as though the way to bring more out is to say that you have to basically leave, or, you know, because you can't be here because it's stifling your progress or your dating life, you know. And I think when that happens, it's going to rock his world, because I feel like the spirit is putting a spirit of love in his heart towards you, but he's not willing to give up the latter part. And this is why, and this is the crazy part, where he doesn't realize that his financial life is being affected by this. You know, he's playing around, playing games, and he doesn't realize that his life is falling apart. You know? So I think once you step out the equation, I feel like the whole house is going to collapse. Everything is going to collapse. You know? Because right now, you're the one that's holding everything up. And once you remove yourself from the situation, he's already financially bad. And then on top of that, he already is in a loving type of situation with you. So now when you pull that away from him, he's going to start thinking like, oh my God, I love her. How could I let her leave me? These bitches aren't shit. They aren't worth nothing. I think what's going to happen is if you step away, he's going to get even crazier. Because how the fuck is he goes where he's playing video games and he says, come on, come sit with me. You know, and then he basically puts his head on you, puts his feet on you, whatsoever, and he's doing everything that a husband would do to his fucking wife. This guy's out of his fucking mind. It's as though the spirit has completely taken over his body, and he's just following along with what the spirit wants him to do. This is an easy fucking target.
Yeah, like, I mean, his sister says all the time that he doesn't realize, like, all the things that I do for him. Like, I do laundry, I do the cooking. Like I said, like, when he was saying he couldn't pay his credit card, I literally just last week, I sent him $400 so he could pay the credit card. Like, and his sister's like, he doesn't know, like, all the things that you do for him.
Nah, man,
it's time to
change. It's time to change the game plan. Time to change the game plan. You know, listen, like I said, save the money up. Next month, basically, your plan is going to be, you're going to throw that out there, but make sure you definitely have a place to go next month.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? But make sure that's solid, and then you bring it to him, because you don't want no hostile reaction whatsoever. Because sometimes, oh, you're leaving me now, and now, you know, you get the fuck out. So he hasn't done that before, but you never know how certain people will react when you basically, like, if he's in that mode of, you know, I'm enjoying this life. You know, I have help here, and I can show you affection. Now, when you try to leave, some people get spiteful. Some people, because right now, I'm just saying, this is very bizarre, because it's almost like you guys are in a marriage situation just without the sex. But I feel like the sex is basically the key to lock him in. So his feelings, once you have sex with him, is going to definitely drive the emotions deeper. You know, but in the same token, I feel like when you make that movement or just bring that idea about moving whatsoever, I definitely feel like it's gonna fuck his head. It's gonna fuck his head up. It's gonna fuck his world up. He's gonna re-examine his life. Like, oh my God, these females are not worth nothing. I had a drop dead gorgeous female. I threw her in the trash. I don't want her. You know, I prefer to have you here than have her here. So listen, that's what we have to do. The next game plan is going to be leave. That's it. Throw it out there. But throw that out there first, and then let me know what he says, and we're gonna go from there. All right?
Okay, I will.
All right, sounds good. We'll keep in touch.
Okay, bye.